the brake issue rolled on. Essentially, what's happened? Probably since the last update, bike went in for service. They basically said that the discs have Hi guys, and welcome back to Motor Joshing. So, a little update on the brake saga. So, I put in the warranty claim for the new discs to Kawasaki. Well, Sherlock's did, the dealership here in Aberdeen. You know, essentially they're saying there's a regular wear on the discs and they have to be replaced due to corrosion. I think the way Kawasaki are referring to it, they're referring to it as contaminated, I believe is the word they used. So they're basically just saying that there was so much shit, you know, grit, salt, mud, you know, bits and pieces or whatever up in the calipers and the disc stuff, that essentially that's caused the wear, or caused the brakes to seize. As such, the brakes seizing caused the issues to the discs, and now the discs are shagged, is basically what they're saying. No one's actually told me not to actually ride my bike, by the way, which I find that quite fucking amazing. But so essentially the warranty claim was put in. Then I had a call from Sherlock's on Saturday with them saying basically that you know, it's not going to be under warranty because as far as they're concerned it was the maintenance that was lacking, that I hadn't washed it enough or rinsed it enough or done enough interval maintenance in between the services itself. As far as Kawasaki is concerned, they're not bothered about the fact that Sherlock's did the, you know, what Sherlock's did or what maintenance was done. They're just looking at the evidence, and the evidence is basically that the calipers are full of shite, and as such, the caliper seizing hit the, you know, did the damage to the discs. They put that down to bad maintenance, whether or not, you know, Sherlock should have picked up on it or not, or whether or not I should have been doing more, or taking my brakes apart and, you know, cleaning them from the inside of the calipers and stuff. Who knows, okay? I'm assuming that's what they're talking about, and I think there's an assumption, though I certainly, you know, when I look at my regular maintenance thing in my Kawasaki handbook, sure, okay, it's got a stupid little hashtag asterisk type bollocks thing that says, you know, if you're in an environment that is overly wet, salty, whatever, then, you know, or extreme environments, I believe is what they refer to it as, then obviously you need to do more regular maintenance as required, I believe is kind of basically what they've got down. So the brass tacks of it seems to be that my complaint isn't necessarily with Kawasaki in this case, although I still claim that because they put everything in fucking dry in the ports and the brakes themselves, then obviously, you know, it's going to be subject to more corrosion, plus they use cheap metal and, you know, all that kind of bollocks. So, you know, budget shit and all that kind of stuff. So so they're basically saying if I've got a problem with the maintenance or the work that was done, I need to take that up with Sherlock's because they're the people that maintained it. So what they did say though is that Sherlock's agreed with that deduction, that it hadn't been maintained enough, or it hadn't been cleaned enough, or there was crud up in the thing or whatever, and obviously, and you know, more stringent maintenance, I guess, is what didn't happen. And, you know, so what they're saying is that Kawasaki aren't going to replace the discs because the fact that this, you know, stringent maintenance wasn't done. Sure, okay, fine. So Kawasaki ain't interested. They're just, you know, they're out on that one. So then the question falls as to if Sherlock's were supposed to be maintaining it because I was paying them to do it at the correct service intervals, And I paid Shirley's to do the service interval at the 600 mile mark, which was at the end of December, and then on the 4th of April, I believe it was, I got the what would have been the 3.5k service. You know, so in April or whatever, the question as to whether or not the corrosion was there, or gunk was there, or it should have been inspected or cleaned out properly. Now that's a fucking good question. So that's the question I'm gonna have to take to Shirley's. But then I'm relying on Shirley's, a dealership, in then taking that question and accepting liability over it, which of course they're not going to fucking do. So I'm probably pissing in the wind. They're going to tell me it's a maintenance issue and that I should have done better maintenance. I'm not aware of any, you know, I certainly, you know, I know to give it a scoosh up there and give it a clean, you know, but I wasn't disassembling my calipers off or anything to give them a you know, a scoosh. So yeah, apparently that's what I was supposed to be doing. Had no clue. So maybe that's my naivety, and if it's my naivety and my lesson to learn that if I'm going to ride a bike all through the year, then I need to do more maintenance of that ilk. Back in a sec. Okay, so back to the shenanigans. Had to go to B&Q for some tap heads. Gotta love, you know, a bit of plumbing work in of an evening. Anyway, so the balls of the matter are, Kawasaki has said, get fucked, scrub. We will not be paying for your discs. Apparently Shirley's also agreed that it was due to contamination, I believe is what they're calling it. So essentially lack of maintenance or cleaning. And I guess they would say that because they were the ones that were supposed to inspect it. I personally hadn't been in my calipers for sure. Now, let me know, guys, is this one on me? Like, am I a dick for not cleaning the inside of my calipers in the first 7,500 miles of ownership? That's my question. Yes, I have been riding in all weathers. Yes, I have been, you know, spraying it down and giving it a clean and stuff, you know, pretty much weekly, on the kind of full clean type thing. And yeah, on that I do take the jet wash to the brake components and things and stuff, so it's not like it isn't getting a wee blast every now and again. But that said, should I be pissed? Is it my fault? Like, should Shirley's have picked up on it? I don't know. You tell me, guys. Smash it in the comment section. I'd like to know what your opinion on this one. Because I just don't know if I should be butthurt over it, you know? Kawasaki obviously said, well, it's nothing to do with us. If Shirley's didn't do the maintenance, then you need to take it up with them. Every indication we're seeing is it's a contamination issue, based on, you know, a lack of proactive maintenance, for want of a better word, and that's all they're interested in. That's it. They're out, you know. So let me know, guys. I'd love to know your opinion on this one, because at the end of the day, I'm not only going to have to just replace the front discs, which is going to probably cost me about 350 quid, well, 300 quid-ish, but I'm also going to have to replace the pads I only just replaced on the front because of the wear not being what it should. Now, I have no idea if you can skim stuff or take a bit of beef off those pads and, you know, return them to normal. I don't know, maybe there's something to be done there, and I'll discuss that probably as I figure this shit out. But I don't know, guys, you tell me, should I be butthurt? Should I be throwing my toys at the pram at Sherlow's? Should I be pointing the finger of blame at Sherlow's? I don't know. I really don't. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Thanks. Ta-ta, bye-bye.